we'll call the meeting to order here at 5:02 PM. First up, we have to approve and sign the minutes from October 1.
I will make the motion to approve the minutes as presented from October 1. Next time.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Next up, we have to approve and sign the joint minutes from October 7th. Those were like. Did anybody have any comments or edits to those?
Nope, I'll make a motion to accept it.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay. Next up, we have agenda items requested by residents. And we have today Patrick Griffin with some comments about the ambulance funding.
I want to elaborate some more after the joint meeting.
Yes, sir.
Anybody here doubts my loyalty to Linwood Ambulance, even though I am not there anymore, or my honesty about it, you know, they should maybe go check with Robert Weatherall, because I'm sure he'll straighten you right out about that. Because I have nothing against Linwood Ambulance. My problem is the amount of tax dollars they're asking for. I understand they're in trouble. But they're in trouble because they had someone at the helm that overspent. He lied to the board. This is my opinion based on what I know. He lied to the board, and the board didn't do their homework to make sure that he was telling the truth. So they're in the position that we're in now. Lincoln and Woodstock need an ambulance service. There is no doubt about that. I stand by what I said at the joint meeting, that we're getting to the point now where we could fund a government service. I do not think that's what we should do, personally. All right, Linwood Ambulance is established. Should we help them? Yes. They have helped this town for now 50+ years. All right, we've done it with people that were willing to volunteer. As I said, volunteerism is gone. Those days are gone. But do we have to fund it to the tune of what they're asking? And I believe that number 700,000, 350 from each town, if I remember correctly, is that?
No, I think they were looking for about a little over 200 from the town of Woodstock. And they were looking to close to 600 from the town of,
Oh, so they're doing it like the school.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a
it's
lot.
still a lot, either
It's a
way,
lot.
you look at it.
Either way, it's a huge amount of money,
Yep.
and I wouldn't, you know, there are certain people over there in Lincoln that are gonna start throwing a fit about that. It's gonna happen, we all know it's gonna happen. I did some figuring based on things that were said at that meeting. And like I said, I think we should help. We, meaning the two towns together. I'm addressing you, you guys are my selectmen. Okay? You gotta get together with the Mucky Mucks over there. They're paying EMTs $20 an hour. I assume they're gonna pay advanced EMTs 25 and paramedics $30 an hour. Let's just say that's the case. So let's just round it off, $25 an hour. Okay, and then you take, and you've got 48 hours in a day, man hours. Okay, in a day, that's $1,200 times 365 is $438,000. Okay, round it up, let's round it up to 450. Each town pays 225, it's still, it's about what they're asking for us, and, you know, Lincoln, Virginia. Okay, that takes care of the salaries. They still get their money from transport fees. They still get their insurance money. Okay? Why is it such an exorbitant amount that they're asking for? All right, that it's like they want us to come in. And when I say us, I mean the
The
populace.
community, yep.
Okay, they want us to come in and pay all the bills so they can start at zero. And in a perfect world, that might be the case, but we're not in a perfect world. We have a lot of elderly people in this town. We don't have the tax base that the town of Lincoln has. We all know that.
Mhm.
All right, and I'm just saying, you know. And again, I'm not saying we shouldn't, I'm saying we should. But we shouldn't to the I don't think we should to the extent that they're asking for.
Mhm.
I think by covering the salaries, that more than.
Yeah.
It's more than what we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, because like I said, you know, you check with the other towns around, and Tyler Clark went up and he says it's apples and oranges, and it is, because we're a standalone EMS agency, and most towns don't have standalone EMS, they're matching with the fire department. But the budgets are separate and everything else, I mean, so, you know, you can do the numbers.
Yep.
But whatever the town decides to do, whatever you guys and the budget committee and, you know, decide to do, we should insist, if we're given this kind of money, we should insist on having more oversight other than a board. And it's hard in this town like Lincoln, towns, community like Lincoln and Woodstock. You guys all grew up here, you know everybody else, you know everybody that's on that board. And you can't believe that anybody on that board is gonna do anything wrong, and I'm not saying they really did anything wrong, the only thing that I'm saying did wrong, I don't think anybody did their homework. This guy went in there and he bullied them, he lied and he bullied them. Okay, and I know this.
Unfortunately, that's the past, and we're
I
now
understand it.
I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah, we don't
What?
disagree,
I don't necessarily disagree with what you're
we
saying.
just wanna find a course
We
forward.
wanna try to make it.
And I
work.
understand that, I'm just saying, I'm just alluding to that
Yeah.
because that's how we got to the place that we're at. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Robert Weatherall was, like I said, he was an honest guy. If they had given him a fraction of what they give this guy, Robert would still be the chief and we wouldn't be in this problem.
Right.
All right, but, you know, 5 years, 6 years later, it's gone. And again, I want John Buffard, I've known John for years, and I trust him impeccably.
Mm.
I trust Tyler Clark, you guys all grew up with Tyler Clark, I've only known him for 20 years.
Mhm.
Okay, and AJ, and then John Miguel. John Miguel was a sergeant on the sheriff's department over in Vermont. And now he retired from the sheriff's department, he's working for a police department over there, but he's a paramedic.
Mm.
Okay, and him and I, you know, we hit it off because we both have the same background. You know, that's why I'm always coming out of that door, I stay with my own kind, you know, we understand each other, you know, and,
Yeah.
but. It's, my point is, we need to help them. But to what extent, to what end?
I will tell you, I've been doing my homework, and myself, Karina and OJ all sat down with them again. In a meeting and went down through the budget and what they're presenting for budget, kind of more so line by line, and I walked away with that, and as I always do, kind of worked on those numbers a little bit. And I went back with them I went back to OJ and Karina and said, hey, I think there's some opportunity to shave a little bit here, let's represent this to them with recommendations for cuts here or there and get it down to a number that's palatable, but, you know, by all of us, and fiscally responsible by all of us. And so that has gone back to them, and we're working and still communicating with them to get that number down. So we are not just taking their number and going. We're also, you know, we've discussed looking at moving forward, because it is a substantial investment from both towns, is a contract, a year-to-year contract that gets renewed, but there will be potentially some language in there that if revenues exceed, because obviously the hopes for them is to have their transport costs to come up and what they're being reimbursed, so that should offset what the communities
Well,
are investing.
Unfortunately, with Medicare and
Right,
everything
it's
else, they
limited,
only give you a certain amount of money. And
Correct.
until somebody in the federal government decides they're gonna raise those Medicare payments,
right,
all right, and even the other insurance companies, a lot of but the other insurance companies aren't as powerful as Medicare.
right. But even if we recover a fraction of the calls right now that aren't being collected on, even if it's a mere 5%, that's at least an additional amount of money
They
that
have
can
changed
hopefully.
to a new collection agency. Over the last month or two, we're hopeful, we'll bring in more money.
I am gonna say this, if you guys have this meeting with them again, okay? I trust John Buffard explicitly. There's not a thought in my mind that he will lie to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he's an honest individual,
I
okay,
agree.
from what I've known.
Yeah.
If we were talking about the last guy, I would have a different opinion.
Yeah.
All right, and it's a shame that we've gotten to the point that we have, but unfortunately, it's mismanagement.
Right.
And again, that we need to have accountability. So, and I'm not just talking spreadsheets, line items.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not talking, okay, here's the line item. You need to have the ability to see the receipts to verify those line items. Because I know for a fact, somebody went up to the bookkeeper in Littleton a number of years ago and told them that I want this here, this here, this here, this here, and this here. Okay, because one line item goes up by $20,000, it sticks out like a sore thumb. If a bunch of little line items go up by $500 or $1,000, it doesn't stick out.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know that happened. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I know what happened. And
it's
it
time for
happened,
us to.
it happened to hide it from the board.
Well, I think, I think everybody has their eyes wide open right now, for sure. And I think
Okay,
you're right, the mistakes were made and right under everyone's eyes. Absolutely.
and I am sure, I think Helen's still the treasurer technically, isn't she?
Yeah.
And did she
Well,
leave?
technically, but no.
Okay, but I am sure she can pick out all the failures
Oh, yeah.
pretty damn quick. Okay.
She
but
came
I-
on right away, everything before the other gentleman left was wonderful. And as soon as Helen came on as treasurer, it didn't look so wonderful because there was a cash flows issue. So I mean, it started then. And I think the way we looked at the way that the towns would split it, probably, it's not for sure.
No.
It's Lincoln uses it X amount and we use it X amount, so the contribution would be like that, I mean.
Like I said, they've helped these two communities for years. That was their sole purpose in life. Okay, provide ambulance service to these two communities. Okay, there's not an ambulance service around that could survive, providing ambulance coverage for 3,000 residents, but they did it. All right, and should we help them? Yes, we should at this point in time, but not bringing them down to zero so they can start over.
Yeah.
They need to work on what they're doing. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, there needs to be a contribution from both sides.
That's a good,
Yep.
I think it's a good opinion.
I'm sorry.
It's valid.
That's a good
100%.
opinion, I think. Yeah, valid opinion.
And like I said, the crew that's in there now is a lot different than
Oh,
the
yeah.
guy that just left.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't know how, John's a nurse now. I don't know how long he's gonna be around, but as long as he's around, I think you've got a good guy.
Yeah, we got good,
And,
good
and,
hands.
and Tyler,
Yep.
I can't say enough good things about Tyler anyway, so.
Yep.
No,
we
but anyway, I
appreciate
just wanted to clarify some things and, everybody, I think there were a few people that think that I was totally against it at the joint meeting, and that's not the case, and maybe it was the way I worded it, but, it's not the case, okay? We
Yeah.
need them. Okay, it should be them because they're already here.
Right.
Shit, if I was 15 years younger and I was in better health, I'd buy 2 ambulances and when case goes. But, that's not the case anymore. I'm 66, I'm old, fat, dumb, and retired. And so, but anyway, thank you for hearing me out.
Yep, no,
Thanks,
thank you
Patrick.
for your
That's good.
input, we appreciate it. All right, next up, Scott Rice.
Scott Race, okay.
Scott Race and the fountain
We're working on the fountain.
Oh, good,
We've got $5,000 from the chamber.
excellent,
I've got, $500 or $600 in other donations, and I've got probably 3,000 or 4,000 more in other donations.
wonderful.
But I would like to know that we can use the money that is in the fountain fund right now.
Mm-hmm,
It may be up to 3,000 that's in the downtown, improvement.
Main Street.
Main Street.
Main Street,
Main
and
Street.
we have that in there, right?
We have
Yeah.
41,000.
42,000.
I think that's a good investment.
Alright, so that's just kind of my,
You don't have anything in mind, you're just transferring over, you just want to transfer over money.
No,
no, I
They
just
have a
want,
fountain.
we've got it all planned, it's all done,
Right.
it's in the works. I just want to,
we will have to be invoiced for.
Oh, no, of
our
course, I
section
just-
of it.
I just want
Yeah.
to know that I've got permission from the board
Backup.
that we can spend this money.
So you have like just over, you have about $5,700.
If we do that, yeah, and we're just gonna put in a little more, and Sue's gonna put it, we'll be good.
Okay,
It's about 17,000
so
for
we
the
just need
fountain, it's a total budget,
Okay.
so the town would really put in the money that was donated for the fountain, and $300,000 from the Main Street.
Mhm. Okay,
there was.
so you just need a motion to allow to expend up to $3,000 from the Main Street Revitalization Capital Reserve Fund for the fountain project
And
And
to
to
spend,
expend
and to
the fat
expend
and fountain.
the
fund.
fountain fund. Okay, so we got that motion on the table.
You made that.
I made that motion. Do I have a
Scott
second?
abstained.
Yep.
I should
Scott
probably
should
say,
abstain.
Scott abstained.
So Gil seconded, all those in favor? Aye. No, all those that abstain? One, right?
say,
Okay.
we do have to go on something.
We had originally planned to contribute years
A
ago
portion of it, yeah.
Yeah,
towards that fund in his memory. That was our.
Yeah.
then
And I
foundation
think-
revitalization.
I've got the rest of the money tied up.
With it.
Between everything, so,
Perfect.
without the
Good
town's
job.
getting much. No.
Yep. Is that a spring project?
Well, I wanted it to be a fall project, but it's not gonna be a fall project. They're actually gonna take one of the big some of the big stones from the fire station we used to make it.
Oh, that's cool,
So, that's the plan,
nice,
but it'll be done by spring.
Yep. Good.
Be lit up, nice,
excellent,
all good.
great. Thank you for working on that. Next up, we have exception of donations, so we have some t-shirt sales. So donation in the amount of $1,928 from t-shirt sales at the Woodstock Inn. Would you sell one, like,
They sell a ton of,
I know, that's crazy. That's
every
great,
volunteer
though.
fireman that comes in there buys one.
Yep, that's wonderful,
They all buy it.
it's great for them.
Not just volunteers.
Oh, no, just.
Yeah.
That's
Firemen
every
in
fireman,
general,
yeah.
firemen.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, so, motion to, accept the donation in the amount of $1,928. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
Alright, all those in favor? Aye.
Looks like $10.
And then, yeah, we got a second one, again, make a motion to accept the, t-shirt donation in the amount of $629. Do I have a second?
Seven.
All those in favor? Aye. Next up, we need to approve some check requests. So, make a motion to issue a reimbursement to Melissa Saborn for lost Sturfest supplies in the amount of $92.79.
Yeah.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. And lastly, a motion to issue a check to Clark Spirits for Lobster Fest in the amount of $585.89. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Any other-
That's for supplies, I don't know.
Yeah, that was for supplies, yep. Any other business? Old business, I should say. Any public participation on any of the items this evening? Before we adjourn, we need to work on setting up some workshops for budgets, so let's discuss those things.
5:30, 8:30 on Fridays work fine for me.
Okay,
except I'll be gone next Friday. I can do it this Friday.
Okay, I don't know if. You and I talked briefly this morning, this Friday would be tough.
I'm going into, so I had, well, I had one thought, it's just I'm running into that presidential election,
Sure,
and it's been kind of crazy
Yeah.
with the. When do you?
You'll be back for the 15th?
I can't,
No.
I gotta have one before that.
Okay.
From the 15th to the 24th, I'm gone.
Bill's gone from 8th to the 9th,
8th, 9th, and 10th.
8th, 9th, and 10th.
put it this way, if you did a Zoom here at 8:30, I'll be 6 hours different, I wouldn't mind for 45 minutes or an hour having it work.
You'd be
Zooming
6
that-
hours ahead of us?
Later,
Later.
in this case, yeah,
Um,
so it'd be like 1:30 or 2,
for the,
Middle of the day.
yeah, I would be okay with it.
for the 8th, I can be here for 8:30.
Well, how do you guys feel about,
I can't.
we are
be here
all
early.
together on the 5th,
What?
we're all together on the 5th.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At the polls, we could post our workshop, we could have our first workshop, I mean, it's right there in the public, I mean,
We got that day while we're working.
and at least do the ones that are set.
I think we should come up with like 5 items we're gonna work on during the day, if people wanna join us, they can.
Well, mine, I mean, just a matter of me getting organized, I think I can have mine, at least in the board pack, you guys can start reviewing them, I'll start getting them uploaded in between.
Yeah.
Just, it's been so crazy.
I've been working on the sewer thing, we're not gonna, unfortunately, the centrifuge people are.
Well, I'm trying to hold back, those are
I
gonna
was
be the
gonna say,
last
we could do
ones,
yours, we could do those ones.
yours are
At
gonna be
the
last,
end,
because you
Because
guys
I
have
need
so
some
much.
more information and I'm trying to get another bid we're trying to get a renewed bid for, the water system on South Station Road, update.
So how do you feel about hosting a workshop while we're down there for the 5th?
I feel good about it.
Why not?
Is that too, would that be too confusing for you guys?
No,
No, and
I'm
if
confused.
worst case scenario, if it's too busy and we can't do it.
We
we'll
can't do
just-
it.
We can't do it, and we'll post another one.
I
out.
think,
Can we
I,
post it, Gil, what time are you leaving on the 8th? Could you do a workshop at 8:30 in the morning?
I can't.
I'm
Oh,
leaving on the
yes, you're right.
6th.
You're leaving on the 6th.
That's on Wednesday.
I think
Oh my
we
God.
should try to post a workshop so people, if they wanna come.
Yeah,
Usually like between like 2 and
Well, here's
4
the
is
thing,
the
I have
prime
to be
time.
ready to go to a budget committee meeting on the 13th. With budgets that have been through you guys.
Well, why don't we do it like 1 to 4 during the election? If we can. It's not crazy, 'cause that's usually a fairly quiet time.
Well, it's a national election too. Last national election, we had 1,000 people.
I know.
I would say if we're gonna do it, we do it in the morning,
I don't
Of
care, we're
elections.
there anyway.
after we
post
get,
it from.
Everything's-
And we'll,
I mean, I don't know how else to do, I mean, you're in session then anyways,
We can
or
do it Monday, you're busy Monday.
I can try, I just, it's been crazy with these absentee ballots, and I still have to set up down there.
I mean,
I could do,
before I go in free, I mean,
well,
I work weekends
What's
too, so it
Monday?
doesn't make any difference.
Monday morning, I would have to.
Give me a Saturday as far as
I'd have
I'm
to be
concerned.
You were
like
retired.
7:30.
let's go Friday the 1st.
I don't work as much, for sure.
We'll just,
Is it
we're gonna
maybe
go
taking
Friday the
over?
1st,
Of what?
I'm
November.
gonna do it this Friday,
This Friday, okay.
right? I get it posted tomorrow, what's tomorrow, Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's 48 hours. If you.
I
post
mean,
it
if
tomorrow morning.
they're office budgets and those budgets, those are
Mine are
pretty,
mine are straightforward.
pretty cut and dry anyway.
straightforward.
It's not like a lot of.
Yeah, most of the stuff is.
It's the public works budgets and the water
Please,
budget and the sewer budget, those will take a lot of time.
I am ready to go, I have police and fire ready to go, but they're gonna, okay, so let's set this up.
Let's just
Your
do your
workshop-
works on the 1st.
I need a workshop to schedule for them.
Okay.
So that-
Can we do that on the 1st?
No, we're gonna
No.
do Judy on the 1st,
I'm gonna go before the budget
Administration
committee on the
budget.
13th,
right? And then
okay, so
They're-
now,
both gone on the
8:30?
15th.
you're both gone on the 15th,
Yep.
on the 18th,
Gil's gone that whole week.
10 days. That includes weekends, but
can you do a workshop with them I don't have to sit in here. I can send Kathy in to take minutes if it's that crazy. I don't know how you want.
Let's figure,
Well,
let's
maybe
figure-
we
When do
all,
you leave?
put it this way,
No,
maybe,
Zoom him in. When do you leave?
maybe we can't
So we-
all be here.
15.
Maybe it's just two of us that do a couple of these budgets. It's not the end of the world. You
I
still
can do a
have a
couple with
chance.
him, and then I can do a
Well,
couple
his,
with him.
Yeah.
he's the liaison for the other two departments, so
So
let's
he
do
should be-
his while he's
Yeah.
here. Scott can do, or
When I get back.
can you zoom in on the eighth? But could you, what
The
time do you
8th is
leave on the
out.
eighth?
You
The
can't
eighth is
do,
flexible.
Could you leave in the, the eighth is out completely?
Well, no, I could do it after lunchtime.
and that's me.
That puts me in the camp.
That's 7 o'clock
Right.
at night where I'm
Yeah,
at.
yeah,
But you're back on the 11th, 12th,
No,
yes.
but
So
he
the
is,
15th,
yeah.
so we could
But,
do
the 15th
Monday,
early.
well, no, Monday the 11th is Veterans Day, so everybody's off. I could do Tuesday the 12th in the morning. Could you do Tuesday the 12th in the morning? So if we did like an 8 AM?
Yeah, that would be good for me to do one.
11, 12, and you wanna do fire and police, meet with fire and police?
Yeah, and you can zoom in.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll try. I mean, it may not work, but I probably will work.
It will
Okay.
work.
I will try. I can do it on my phone if I.
and then we have a
to.
selectmen's meeting that night.
At what time? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
If there's
Is that-
anything important on the.
Tuesday.
It's got to
12th.
be out of here by 10.
It's Tuesday the 12th.
Tuesday the 12th.
And I'll zoom in at one,
Ooh,
in my time.
I'm about ready to count.
And then the Friday,
Then the 22nd,
we'll do the public works,
11,
water
22.
and sewer.
Well, you're gonna have enough time. I'm wondering if I should push
It's
you
gonna be a
out.
long one.
Yeah, but I'm wondering
We
if
can
I
do that
should,
one
by the time you get back, you still gotta have time to work with them.
I'll do some of it while I'm away on the email. I mean, I'll do a lot of email while I'm away.
So we go there,
Or
that was
Thursday,
the 20. Do you
Thursday,
want
I'm
to
really
do,
fine, anytime. This time of year, I'm pretty open.
do you wanna do your workshop on 12/6?
I can't on 12/6.
Okay, 12/5?
12/5 I can do.
See, once I get back, I really don't have that.
12/5,
12/5.
8 o'clock?
12/5, hold
8
on,
o'clock.
with West New York.
Can you make sure to send calendar?
Oh, no, I'm
invites?
having oral surgery that day.
Okay, 12.
I would think I'd rather be at the meeting.
How about Tuesday, 12/3?
Perfect. You might want that on 5. We'll go-
That works out perfect. So you're gonna send out
12/3,
invites for all
12,
these.
Tuesday, 12/3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
12/3 at 8 AM.
8 AM.
Yeah,
Okay, that's, and
yeah,
then,
I'm here, yeah, definitely.
then I'll go from there after that. Let
Okay.
me see what I
Email
got.
me those, will you?
I'm gonna do
Well, you
meetings,
gotta
so.
put a schedule on the,
And do the calendar
So what did we
invites.
decide on this Friday? Or did we decide?
11/1.
We did decide that.
We
Yes,
did
we are gonna-
decide on this Friday morning at 8 AM.
8 AM.
8:30,
30,
is that better for you?
doesn't matter. If you want to eat, that's fine. I'm
8.
flexible, it's
8.
fine.
Okay,
11/1, 11/12, 12/3. And don't anybody go anywhere or book anything for the Fridays through December and January till I'm through budgets.
Well, it's a Friday,
Nuh-uh.
I'm just saying, we'll be one Friday in December. But I mean, I'll be back in the afternoon, we could do it in the afternoon.
well, here's what you need to do when you send out a calendar invite with those exact ones. But also then send out a calendar invite for all the other
Every
Fridays
Friday.
at 8 o'clock,
And
and
then
then
we
we
don't
can
need a
delete, we can delete.
Friday the
Cause
13th.
if they're not on here, I'll schedule some.
I'll be on an airplane.
You
coming
can't,
back,
that is what, oh, coming back,
coming back.
because that's Woodstock Winter Festival.
I know, and I'm coming
Oh,
back for
when's
that.
When's that day?
The
Let's know.
14th,
Okay, December 14th is Woodstock Winter Festival.
and we're hoping to try and make it like a little longer, but that's the actual big date.
Oh, no, it's
Speaking
gonna
of,
be fun. People love it.
I'm getting calls from other people that were visiting here last year, all the time asking me that.
Yeah, no, it's great. There's a good.
So,
Okay,
and speaking of that, can you secure 4 tickets for me to Sandwich Village for a prize? How do you feel about the hobo? Granite State Railroad, talking to them, or do you have a contact? I'll talk to them.
How about, Ice Castle?
Ice Castle sponsors the coloring
I
contest.
think they're okay.
I'm thinking maybe Clark's might sponsor a product like
I'm
the
sure.
second, third.
I'm sure they.
So I'm trying to
It
think
would,
of,
I think you will have much better luck getting community attractions than maybe necessarily outside of community.
Going out,
attractions.
yeah, going out of town.
So like
Yeah.
Lost River would probably donate some tickets for next season.
okay,
I can speak to that. I can talk to Granite
Children's,
State.
Children's Theater attendance, I'm good.
I can
oh,
talk,
yeah, that was
Yeah.
on a list.
Okay,
I can talk to Whale's Tail.
Okay, can we do that?
But I would feel
Mhm.
much more comfortable talking with local attractions to sponsor a local event, yeah.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Granite State isn't important.
Yes.
I'm just,
So that was just so,
I saw the thing, that there was just on a side note, there was a thing on Facebook, it's about exit 32.
Oh,
What
wait.
train ride they do?
Can you come in at 8 those mornings? or
You
do
do
wanna
the one
come
more
at
time, like
8:30?
it's all the one in,
See if they can
go
move
by
it
a
early.
company. It's like,
Oh, not, oh, no, on
Good
these dates,
morning.
on these, all, on these dates.
I know,
All right,
Are we still in public,
Seven,
are we still in
Minute
public
earlier.
You
participation?
don't mind?
you are, I would welcome.
Tuesday
participation.
and the
Yes.
12th.
Just a couple of other things, it just slipped out of my head. Which is quite easy right now,
I bet.
we're not, what'd you say?
I bet it is, you took, we
When-
went through hell.
When I first got on the trustees of the trust funds. I had a big to-do go around with the school. Because they called me up and says, I want a check for this amount, I'm not giving you a check for that amount, I want a copy of the minutes saying that the board approved that outlay. And I had the same discussion with Judy, but she understood where I was going, the school, they just want to do what they want to do. And they said, why are you being such a hard ass? Because it's not my money. This is my money. I don't care what happens to this money.
Right.
When I'm managing somebody else's money, every dot I will be dotted, every T will be crossed. Okay,
Mhm.
and I think everybody who's spending any money that belongs to the public should have the same mindset. That includes Linwood, that includes every department in the town.
Yes.
I agree.
Okay, and that's just the way I feel about it. Okay, it's not mine. I have to look out for it better than I look out for my own.
Yep.
And there was another thing, but again, that's gone out of my head, so I'll just sit here and shut up until I remember.
Okay,
Thank
you
you.
gotta hurry up, cause we're leaving. Go on.
Scott, that's one thing that I know, as soon as she says I adjourn, the N isn't out of her mouth and you're gone.
That's right, that's right.
Do I have a motion to adjourn at 5:35
I'll
PM?
make my favorite motion.
Yep.
Thank you.
Get up, Scott, you know, you gotta get out
All
the
those in
door.
favor? Aye, thank you. Have a good night, Mike.
Well, Bill, I heard